Right now at 10, federal cuts in La Crosse. The agency feeling the effects of DOGE.
And campus project canceled. A Winona State initiative faces an uncertain future after a funding cut.
Plus, right of first refusal in Wisconsin. Legislation that would eliminate competitive bidding for energy transmission projects has a political party split.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. The federal IRS office in La Crosse is losing its lease.
According to DOGE's website, it is the taxpayer assistance space at 425 State Street. It's on the second floor of the post office building. The roughly 2,000 square foot space is leased at about $36,000 a year. That would be a total savings of just under $181,000 over a 5-year continuation of that lease.
A new Wisconsin bill could cover gaps in those federal funding freezes. A special session would happen if money that's already approved is stalled. The state would cover the funding gap through a rainy fund. No word on how long the fund could cover things. The bill still needs Republican support.
Last August, the Department of Defense awarded Winona State a $1.1 million grant to form a civic center. That funding has now been canceled. The center is intended to promote civic engagement in the community.
We are disappointed, and we plan to assess the progress and investments made to date in the Civic Center project and its stated goals, and examine how we might be able to continue to lead with this work and in partnership with our students and others in the surrounding community.
The goals in the current administration is to reduce funding, and even though this was extremely disappointed and I have opinions on how it happened, I just see it as part of the overall effort to reduce funding.
It certainly is disappointing that we didn't get more of an explanation, of course, why we don't meet these kinds of agency priorities any longer, or administration priorities.
Officials are hopeful that despite the cuts, they'll be able to continue the work of the Civic Center.
Well, we saw a wintry mix across our region today.
We sure did. That weather today causing a semi to jackknife over in Winona County, causing major delays for westbound drivers on I-90 near Ridgeway.
And in La Crosse, snow plows were out earlier today as heavy snow fell and strong winds ripped it around.
But by the early afternoon, it kind of felt like everything had gone away. My wife was coming home from her normal hours job, and she was like, did it actually snow today? Because it looked darn near clear by the end of the day, Greg.
Yeah, it's typical March snow that you will see it with a slush, but it will melt fairly quickly. So although these reports you show are 7-8 inches in some areas, it doesn't necessarily mean that you got 7 inches on the ground. It's just what has fallen. If you want to measure this accurately, you'd be out there every 2 to 3 hours to measure, because it does compact. But overall, we had quite a bit of snow. If you're just west of Eau Claire, west of La Crosse, up to Minneapolis, you can see these reports here. 7 in Menominee, go to Chippewa Falls, only 2.9, so quite a gradient up in that area. And it's the same down as you go further down here. Further west you go, more snow, because they changed over a little bit earlier. We had that snow rain mix that kind of kept it going on. But overall, these totals are probably on the low end, given that it was a little bit slushy, so probably more than that. Overall, there's your big picture. Minneapolis probably had their biggest storm of the whole entire season so far, with some areas up to 10+ inches. A lot of this will melt very quickly. Overnight tonight, the bigger problem might be some refreezing of standing water on secondary streets, parking lots, and such. Something to keep in mind of as temperatures do fall well below freezing. The good news is we're going to warm up above freezing as we go through tomorrow, potentially getting back to where we should be. That's the good news, 35 to 40 degrees, which is kind of right where we should be for this time of year, with plenty of sunshine, so that snow will be melting. Later on, we're going to go further that we have warmer temperatures on the way, quiet conditions, and it looks like we might stay dry for quite a long stretch here for at least the next 7 days. We'll break it all down a little bit later.
All right. Thanks, Greg.
Well, happening around the state, police are searching for a 13-year-old girl out of Oak Creek. Liliana Asala was seen at a skate park on Saturday. Her phone was found there Sunday, but no sign of her. She's described as 5'5", weighing about 140 pounds, with blonde hair and braces. Now, if you have any information, contact the Oak Creek Police Department at 414-762-8200.
Another inmate has died at Waupun Correctional Institution. 23-year-old Damian Evans died last night. That makes him the 7th inmate to die at the maximum security prison since 2023. Cause of death has not yet been disclosed, though the Dodge County Sheriff's Office is investigating. This comes a year after Warden Randall Hepp and 8 staff members were charged with felony inmate abuse after the deaths of inmates Cameron Williams and Donald Mayer.
Dane County airport leaders are pushing for international status. Officials say the move would allow direct flights to Mexico and Canada. Over 2 million passengers traveled through the airport last year. It's the second highest count ever. The upgrade requires federal approval and a new customs facility. Tourism officials believe the change will bring more visitors and business to Madison.
A bill addressing the state's power grid is dividing members of both state parties. Some top Republicans have reintroduced a right of first refusal bill. If passed, it would give incumbent utility companies like Dairyland Power Cooperative the first shot to build new energy transmission projects in the state. Other Republicans have staunchly opposed the bill, arguing removing a competitive bidding process for those projects will allow in-state utility companies to develop monopolies and thus hurt ratepayers.
This legislation will only serve to add cost to ratepayers' bills by eliminating the downward cost pressures that we see from competition in the marketplace.
Far better to have our own Wisconsin companies be the monopoly than an out-of-state monopoly.
If I want to grow my cooperative and add new load or encourage housing development or economic development, if my rates are too high and we cost overrun on too many projects, I won't be able to attract that data center. I won't be able to help that family farm expand. That's my incentive to keep costs low, and it's those people that we serve every single day.
4.5 hours of testimony in that Senate hearing. The bill could end up on Assembly and Senate floors without full Republican Party approval, meaning state Democrats could decide the bill's fate.
Wisconsin is facing a teacher shortage. While the state has been successful in producing educators, retention remains a problem. According to the Department of Public Instruction, only 55% of first-year teachers remain in the field after 7 years, and only 18% have stayed in the same district. The report shows school districts in urban school districts and charter schools are most impacted by the shortage.
UW-La Crosse is welcoming a new furry friend to its police department. Meet Officer Bear. Well, you'll see Officer Bear in just a second. A double doodle puppy, there's the hype, who will serve as an emotional support canine with the UWLPD. Officer Bear will help reduce stress and offer some comfort to students.
Everybody is waiting for their turn to meet him, so he's really been great. He's an active little guy who loves people and clearly is a good fit for the job so far.
Officer Bear will be in training for a year before being able to be a full-time emotional support dog.
Well, the magic of Disney, came alive for area students today. Music from Disney classics like Frozen and Fantasia filled the Viterbo Fine Arts Center. It was part of the La Crosse Symphony's Orchestra's Symphony for Youth concert. The annual program introduces children to orchestral music.
This concert has become such an important part of our season because this is almost invariably the very first time that very young school-age children get a real-life experience with the magnificence of a symphony orchestra.
Over 2,000 students were in attendance today.
Pearl Street Books is launching what they are calling Mask Mondays. Every Monday, the store will be a mask-only shopping zone. They say it'll be to reduce the risk of spreading germs and to give people who are immunocompromised the opportunity to fully participate in public life. If you don't have a mask, they have free masks available.
For me, it's just really important. I want my store to be a welcome place for everybody. And for most people, donning a mask is not a problem. And so it just makes sense to try to be inclusive and let as many people into our store as possible.
The store hopes this will help encourage the community to be a more inclusive place.
Well, millions of Catholics here and around the world are took part in Ash Wednesday services. Worshippers attended Mass today at St. Joseph the Workman Cathedral. Bishop William Callahan led the service. Ash Wednesday marks the official start of Lent. And at the Vatican, services went on without Pope Francis. Cardinals, archbishops, and monks took part in the Mass. Prayers were said for the 88-year-old pontiff who remains hospitalized. The Vatican says the Pope was taken off mechanical ventilation today and is in stable condition.
Some of President Trump's new tariffs put on pause.
How Minnesota farmers say they are affecting their crops after the break.
A new walk-in shower, safe and convenient.
A beautiful new entry door.
A lovely pergola or patio cover.
New windows that wow.
Your dream kitchen.
New siding to transform your home from old to new.
Whatever your plans, the 27th annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store, brings you all of these at the lowest price of the year.
Visit our 8-building showroom on Copeland Avenue in La Crosse. Visit our website.
Call 608-782-8877.
The 27th annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store. Don't miss it.
I know Brad Schimmel. He has always focused on getting justice for victims of sexual assault. The Sexual Assault Kit Initiative, Brad cleared that backlog. It's a completely false attack on him. His opponents, I think, have to change the narrative to redirect the focus away when she routinely gives light sentences to child predators. That is not what we need on the Supreme Court in Wisconsin.
Right now, you're busy taking care of the people you love. Let Window World take care of the place you live. Window World, America's exterior remodeler. Improving homes, changing lives.
President Trump's tariffs on Mexico and Canada have been implemented, and some Americans are already seeing the effects.
And in Minnesota, farmers could be hit especially hard. That's because a critical soil nutrient farmers use is imported from Canada.
There will be a tariff on it. That's going to affect. We need potash to raise healthier crops.
It's not realistic. We're a global economy. I mean, you can't just focus on interior in the U.S. only. That's just not realistic in today's world.
The Trump administration is pausing one of its tariffs on the nation's most significant trading partners.
Announcing today they are granting a 1-month exemption on auto tariffs for Mexico and Canada. Sherelle Hubbard has more on how world leaders are reacting to Trump's latest moves.
There's a trade war brewing. Canada is resorting to retaliatory measures a day after President Donald Trump doubled a tariff on Chinese goods to 20% and enacted a 25% tariff on Canada and Mexico.
Pulling American booze off the liquor mart shelves.
Canada is also responding by imposing a 25% tariff on some U.S. goods, with plans to include more later. Trump spoke with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau Wednesday morning for almost an hour on the issue.
He said that he was not pleased, as you said. He said it's not good enough.
The White House said the decision to pause auto tariffs is so that U.S. automakers are not at an economic disadvantage. But tariff news has sent stocks sinking and consumer confidence plunging this week.
They are just going to raise prices. There is a lot of cross-border traffic involved with the production of every single automobile.
All of our wholesalers are letting us know, hey, the prices are going to go up.
Although U.S. companies and consumers will ultimately be responsible for paying the tariffs, in his address to Congress Tuesday night, Trump spent several minutes doubling down on his tariff agenda.
There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
The 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports to the U.S. is scheduled to go into effect March 12th.
And reciprocal tariffs, which would match other countries' tariffs dollar for dollar, are set to go into effect April 2nd.
Well, a wintry mix made for some outdoor pleasantries.
How some folks took full advantage of the snow day. Coming up.
And yeah, it was actually good moisture that we definitely need. The good thing is, got sunny skies for Thursday, fairly quiet conditions for a long stretch of the period. We'll break down what that means for the temperatures coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
We all have a friend who loves the McDonald's hot, crispy Filet-O-Fish. My friend, you could be that friend.
Hurry in and get 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A 7-year-old girl attends a birthday party at a local swimming pool. She's sexually assaulted by a repeat child molester. The monster faces 100 years in prison, but Judge Susan Crawford let him off with just 4. That was Crawford's choice. Now he's back on the street, walking distance from a school. And Judge Crawford, she wants a promotion. Susan Crawford, dangerous decisions, wrong for Wisconsin.
Can your floor stand up to this? At Sealands Carpetland, we know how hard your family can be in your home. You need a flooring that can stand up to mud, pets, and a crew like this. Don't sacrifice beauty for function. We'll help you find the perfect flooring to fit your lifestyle and budget. Come in and see our huge selection of luxury vinyl and tile. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley, where our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Rohde. BGR. Object to anything less than the best.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, what a day today. We saw severe snowstorms and blizzard conditions in at least some parts of the viewing area.
That's right, and it was creating some dangerous conditions out on the road, but it wasn't bad news for everyone. Some got to get out and have some fun in the snow.
That's right, and you might have had a rough commute today, maybe in our neck of the woods, but it was probably more enjoyable than some guys in the Twin Cities. This worker, what is that, cross-country skiing? Not quite on his way to work?
Yeah, that's a lot more snow than we got for sure. I had problems just walking today in the slush and like trying not to slip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my dangerous feat today, just walking on the sidewalk. But then, it's going to be calmer outside. Greg.
Yeah, this is typical March snow that we get in here. Typically ends in slush, but we needed the moisture. We got it. We have another opportunity maybe coming here another week and a half for another system as we go into the planting season. We've been dry this winter, so we desperately could use it. The good news is March snow melts fairly quick, and it's already doing that. For the morning commute, the only problem with March snow is we do get this refreeze, freeze type of cycle going on. That could end up with some slick spots, parking areas that don't see quite as much traffic, so just be aware of that. Even walking on sidewalks can be an issue this time of year with the refreezing that does go on. Otherwise, we do have a little bit of opportunity for some light snow. I mean, you got to go down like Crawford County, areas to the west of that. Possibly Friday as the system passes just to our south. Won't be high amounts with that system coming through. Milder Saturday, back in the 40s. We might get 50 on Sunday, so we are going to start warming up. Our average highs are now in really the low 40s for most areas. Overnight lows, as mentioned, tomorrow's highs should be kind of right where we should be, upper 30s near 40, lighter winds, a little bit of cloud cover in the afternoon, but all in all, not too bad of a day as we go throughout. Now, if you look at Friday, basically with that system passing to our south, more clouds in the morning and turning that wind a little bit more northeast. So maybe a degree or two cooler than what we had on Thursday, but all in all, not much different, just minus the clouds and that little shower chance that goes on for southern areas. And then Saturday, we're going to kind of turn the winds around. We're going to get a little bit down to the west-northwest. So our temperatures will come up a few degrees, not there, a little bit above average, but all in all, a few clouds, more clouds Saturday, but it should be a nice start to the weekend. Now going into Sunday and Monday, all that ridge to the west is going to put that jet way up to the north. So we are going to get potentially a little brief warm spell going up into the 60s here for a couple days before this jet may kind of come back down and kind of drop the temperatures a little bit by midweek. But there's an opportunity for Monday and Tuesday to see well in the 60s. And if it goes even further north, we may get to the mid-60s. That depends on how this plays out. But it does look warmer than average. Now, I talked about the precipitation chances we have going on, very light amounts. Here's a little bit of cloud cover and maybe flurries activity tomorrow that may develop in the afternoon. Very light if it does happen. Most areas will just see the cloud cover, and then the clouds there increase towards we get tomorrow evening because of that system coming to our south. That'll be the one to look at for Friday morning. And here's this light snow band that may get as far north as Crawford, Prairie du Chien area for about Friday morning. So the Friday morning commute down in these areas could be impacted with a little bit of light snow that may linger to about noon, and then it'll just get out of here, and eventually we'll see maybe clearing skies. Here's another little system coming through Saturday with more clouds. That may provide a little bit of snow for northern areas, but overall that would be light amounts, which is cloud cover going on. So that's what we're looking at. Overall, it really is a quiet period minus those really small precipitation chances, and we do gradually warm up through the weekend as we move the clock forward. There's those 60s potentially on Monday and Tuesday, and if things play out, it could even be warmer than that before we kind of cool back down for midweek. And if you're looking for the next big storm, keep an eye on the weekend prior to St. Patrick's Day. We'll have to see about that one because it's another March type system that could bring us a lot of rain, but as we get closer, we'll kind of break that down. But overall, quiet period.
And good to space out those kind of rain.
That's pretty good. We can dry out and then get some more rain, potentially snow. Obviously, it's still March, but yeah, we need the moisture, but now we got a nice dry spell.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, Milwaukee milestone. Giannis joining some elite company in the Bucks game against the Mavs. Plus, the Badgers hoping to extend their winning streak against the Golden Gophers to 9 in a row. Jacob is next.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet Spring Workwear event is going on now, and we have a great selection of quality workwear styles at unbeatable prices. New at Blaine's, men's brunch workwear apparel 25% off. 30% off men's work and sport pocket tees, $10.49. Save $10 on Ariat Rebar Made Tough pants. Plus, earn $30 in Carhartt bucks when you spend $125 on Carhartt gear. We've got the value you need to do things your way. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
Around here, neighbors come together to make each other better. We're taking the same approach with healthcare. Gunderson Health System and Bellin Health have come together to form Amplify Health, giving you more of what's important in healthcare. More caring, more listening, more to feel good about on your way to feeling better. Overall, just a little more heart. Amplify Health by Gunderson. A little empathy changes everything.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lasting Exteriors. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Use promo code 15 and receive up to 20% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
Join today's shoppers as they explore Sweet Valley Artisans.
There's so many good things here. How do you pick just one? You don't.
I've been looking for something to hang in my garage. What about this? Or this?
Vintage clothing and accessories? Let's check it out. Have you found anything yet? Yeah?
I'm getting hungry just looking at this. I know what you mean.
Stop in and find your treasure today.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lansendorf.
Meeting number 214 all-time between Wisconsin and Minnesota. Badgers have won the last 8 meetings. Gophers needing a win to get closer to locking up a spot in the Big Ten tournament. Badgers found themselves down 3 to start, but went on a 10-0 run, including this John Tonje 3 to make it 5-3 Wisconsin. Later in the half, John Blackwell pushing the ball up after a Gopher make. He's taking it all the way to the cup, bucket, and the bump. Blackwell was a major factor offensively for Wisconsin tonight. Here off the great feed from Jack Janicki. Blackwell gets up and slams it home. Badgers go up 9. Then soon after, another backdoor cut, this time by the big man, Steven Crowell, and it's a similar finish for him. Gophers would claw their way back in this one, but Wisconsin converts down the stretch and pick up the win. And the Marquette Golden Eagles struggles against the UConn Huskies continuing. The 20th ranked team in the country falls on the road by 6. David Joplin and Cam Jones, the lone Eagles, in double figures. Meanwhile, each Husky starter had 10 or more. Marquette will wrap up the Railers season at home against number 5 St. John's on Saturday. All right, Bucks looking to keep rolling against the shorthanded Mavs. Dame Time making an appearance early in this one. 4 threes and 16 points in the first quarter. Then Kevin Porter Jr. with his first triple-double with Milwaukee tonight. Nifty finish right there for the three-point chance. Then in the third quarter, history as Giannis Antetokounmpo becomes the 6th youngest player in NBA history to reach 20,000 points in his career. Bucks pick up their largest margin of victory so far this season with the 137-107 final, and they've won 8 of their last 9. Timberwolves visiting the Hornets tonight. First quarter, Anthony Edwards with a Euro step and high arcer is going to drop. Jaden McDaniels was fantastic for Minnesota tonight. 2 of his 29 on the big-time jam, rocking the rim. Then in the fourth, T-Wolves with a comfortable lead, and Julius Randle is going to add to it. He had 25, 10, and 9 assists tonight. Minnesota takes this one by 15. Well, we are nearing the end of our Play of the Week segment for winter sports. Some more great plays to showcase for you all this week. Getting things started, Holman up big on Eau Claire North late, and Jaron Rink puts an exclamation point on the game with a high-flying two-handed dunk. The Vikings would go on to win this one 90-72. At number 2, this could be the entire team, but we've got a great shot from Macy Stewart of Alma Pepin in their upset victory over the top seed Indy Gill last week. The Eagles went on the road and won it by 42. Coming in at number 3, there's Clutch, and then there is posting a 9.075 on the beam to lift your team to the state tournament by 0.05 of a point. And that's what Kennedy Garbers of the West Salem Co-op did last Saturday. Panthers will be in action Friday at the state at Wisconsin Rapids. So number 4 we go, and the 4th time was the charm for Prairie du Chine's Blake Thierry at the Wisconsin State Wrestling Tournament, winning 12-0 in a decision to capture a state title in Division II at 215. Striking a pose right there, excited for the win. And rounding out the 5 is Riley Hanrahan of Black River Falls, also notching a state title last weekend. She defeated the top seed in a rout, 16-0 Tech Fall. Hanrahan finishing the season unbeaten, one of the best girls on the mat in the entire country at 138. So those are the choices. A good variety on the hardwood, beam, and mat this week. To cast your vote, head to news8000.com. Under the sports tab, click on Play of the Week and choose your favorite. Voting is live and closes Friday at 5. So busy night on the hardwood. Yeah. Good win for the Bucks, especially good for Giannis.
Oh, no.
She was practicing.
She was hyping herself up during this entire sports
block.
block.
Then I thought you guys weren't going to put me on the spot because I always forget. Can you please do it right now?
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
Good moment for tonight. 20K.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun.
All right.
Thanks.
And good win for the Badgers tonight.
Of course. Yes. Love it.
All right.
Thanks, Jacob.
All right. More news right after this.
We know that home is where you can be yourself, whether that's working on your cooking skills or getting in a quick workout. Home is your happy place. Get the loan that fits you. Apply for your home loan with Ultra today.
Come to the 27th Annual Early Bird Home Show. Lowest prices of the year.
Windows, doors, patio doors, lowest price of the year.
Bath remodels, kitchen remodels, lowest prices of the year.
Pergolas, decks, or sunrooms, lowest price of the year.
Siding, trim, or gutters, lowest prices of the year.
27th Annual Early Bird Home Show, only at the Board Store, 524 Copen Avenue, La Crosse. TheBoardStoreOnline.com or call 608-782-8877.
Searching for gold at the end of the rainbow? Well, you can find it here at the King Furniture St. Patrick's Day sale. Get Shamrock with savings up to 60% off, plus 0% free financing, recliners, sofas, sectionals, and more. It's all here and it's all in stock and ready to be delivered. Plus, shop special savings in our incredible Lazy Boy Showcase. Let the shenanigans begin at the King Furniture St. Patrick's Day sale. Don't miss it.
When she was a lawyer, Susan Crawford defended Planned Parenthood.
And she personally trusts women
to decide whether to have an abortion.
Not Brad Schimmel.
He wants to take us back to the 1849 law
that bans abortion for rape and the health of the mother.
So Susan Crawford is the common sense judge who will protect our rights.
And Brad Schimmel is the extremist who will take them away.
That's why we need
Susan Crawford.
Susan Crawford.
Susan Crawford on the Supreme Court.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Right now, get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $25 per line when you switch.
Banking should be easy. Ultra's A+ accounts put online and mobile banking at your fingertips. Plus, a contactless debit card for everyday purchases. No stress, just banking made for you. Now that's worth celebrating. Open your account today.
While Greg horks up along in the background, the 2025 United States Championship Cheese Contest is officially underway.
That's right. The contest is the largest evaluation of dairy products in the nation. This year, 2,400 cheese, butters, and other dairy products will be evaluated by a team of renowned judges.
The contest has been hosted in Green Bay biennially since 1981.
If a company wins on this stage, it really is great. It helps us market and get the word out. Not just us that we think we have a great product. We can use a contest to validate the quality of our product. So it's really important to us, and I think it says a lot about what cheese means to Wisconsin as well.
The Gouda news will be delivered to the winners of the contest tomorrow.
I like it. Thought I saw some Colby Jack in there. That's always a winner.
Haverty, and nothing cheesier than a cheese pun, right? With Gouda news. The Gouda news will be brought to you tomorrow, everyone.
Get us another one over the next couple of minutes before last look.
Okay, I'll come up with some. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
Tax refund season is here, and Wesco and Sparta is making it more fun than ever. Dreaming of a brand new sectional or that comfy bed you've been eyeing? Now's the time to treat yourself. Save 20% all month long on furniture and bedding, just in time to make your home the talk of the group chat. Have fun with your tax refund and make your space shine with Wesco and Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun they're having, it's easy to take for granted how they warm up, by the fire, or simply adjusting their thermostat. But for some of us, it's not that easy. Some of us need to decide whether to heat or to eat, or to further neglect our basic survival needs. We are working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans, all struggling to pay record heating bills. These dangerous temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for us, they can be deadly. If you are struggling to decide if you can put food on the table or heat your home, please reach out for a hand up. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
When she was a lawyer, Susan Crawford defended Planned Parenthood.
And she personally trusts women
to decide whether to have an abortion.
Not Brad Schimmel.
He wants to take us back to the 1849 law
that bans abortion for rape and the health of the mother.
So Susan Crawford is the common sense judge who will protect our rights.
And Brad Schimmel is the extremist who will take them away.
That's why we need
Susan Crawford.
Susan Crawford.
Susan Crawford on the Supreme Court.
I'm Steve from Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. If you have trouble opening a window or keeping one in place, you may have frame damage, worn materials, or even hidden problems you can't see. You need a trusted window company to evaluate it, check for hidden issues, and possibly replace the window. Our team will complete our Weather Guardian 15-step installation process on every job to ensure your home and family are safe before we leave. Save $100 off each window and door, plus an additional $500 off when you purchase 10 windows or more, plus no interest financing available.
Much quieter conditions here through Thursday, through the weekend, and warmer temperatures, so that's a good news. So snow may come back, but we got 60s maybe next week.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us at 10.
We'll see you tomorrow.
At 5 a.m. sharp for the morning show.
Sharp cheddar tomorrow.